Hello, Mikhail. Hello, how are you today?
Hello, Tatiana.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Fine, thank you. So, it's cold and gloomy today. Let's talk about something nice. For example, happiness. Every person, I'm sure, several times and many times in his or her life pronounced this word. But what does it mean? What definition can you give to happiness?
I need to think.
Yes, of course. Think the most obvious things very often is. Huh?
Happiness, we can connect with some situation, some good situation, something like that.
So, do you consider that all people who are in good situation are happy?
In general, maybe yes. I don't know, maybe not at all, but in general.
Right, and then tell me please, of course it's difficult to talk about other people. Tell me please, personally for you, what is happiness? What components do you need to have to feel yourself happy?
It's hard to say.
Yes, it's not easy. I don't like easy topics.
I need to think about it. Maybe I don't know. I associated with the situation, with some situation. Now it's hard to say something.
So I'll put the question in a little bit in another way. Are you a happy person? No. Are you a happy person?
Today is a very hard question. Maybe.
Judging from your smile, you are. Right. And can you tell, during your life, were you equally happy all the time, or there were periods you were unhappy? And what were the periods where you were the happiest?
Could you repeat?
Can you tell me, were you happy all the time, or maybe you were some periods of life happy and some periods unhappy? Hello, Evgeny, how are you? Doesn't hear us? So what can you tell, Mikhail?
In Poland.
Does he live there?
It's hard to say. Maybe sometimes it's happens, but I don't remember the situation which I have. I can say I don't happy, and
I'm not happy.
I'm not happy.
And can you remember when you were the happiest in all your life, and what situation it was connected with?
Как сказать состояние happiness
Condition.
condition?
State.
Happiness condition. I don't know. Maybe it's usual connect with the rest.
So when you rest, you're always happy, aren't you?
I mean, if you maybe go to the holiday and have maybe vacation, something like that.
And when you work, you are not happy.
I think it's a difficult question because a lot of people when they work don't happy, but for me
are not. Нету do, потому что это состояние. To be happy. They aren't happy.
I think I'm not associate happiness with the work. It's for me it's not a condition to which I have which I want how to say описать
Describe.
describe work.
Yes, but you know that there are some people that are happy only when they have work, when they do their job. But first of all, we may say it about people of art. They can't imagine their life without work and they aren't happy. Hello, Любочка, how are you?
Hello, Tatiana. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Fine, thank you. So we've started already talking about with Mikhail about such a nice topic, it seems to me, as happiness. Would you like to join us?
Yes, with pleasure.
So, first of all, I told already, Mikhail, I'm sorry, I'll repeat it, that everybody, every person in this life repeated several times or several dozens of times word happiness. But what does it mean? Can you give the definition of happiness?
So I can give only my own definition.
Right.
Because I suppose for every person it's very individual, happiness.
Of course, you're quite right.
So for
and
me,
for you personally, what is it?
It means be loved by people whom I love, to know that they need me, and to see them. I mean, my nearest and my dearest, to see them healthy and wealthy. Probably I'm talking about well-known things, but still I suppose it's the most important to have someone whom you love.
Sure, of course. It's very difficult to imagine a very happy, lonely person.
Yes, for sure.
So, the main component is people you love, your nearest and dearest. Is there anything else?
So I would also very happy I would be very happy if I am surrounded by happy people as well. So it's much better to see sincerely smiling persons, and to know that someone else is also happy in this world. And again, I would like to have a peace in the world, but I know that it's impossible. It was impossible, and it is impossible nowadays.
Human nature.
Yes.
Because we are happy in different situations. I want this and I'm happy when I have it, and you want that and you are happy. So always wars and quarreling. And I wanted to ask your opinion, Любочка. It's one of the things that Mikhail already told me. He said that people are usually happy in good situations. Generally in good. Do you agree with it or not?
I'm partly agree. So I'm of another one opinion. I believe that
another opinion.
Of another opinion.
I believe different opinion.
Of different opinion. Okay. So I believe that being happy, it's like our statement. State.
Состояние, да, statement это утверждение.
State, yes. So probably person is happy if he appreciate or like adopt his life as a happiness, and probably I may be wrong, but I believe that every person is born happy, and during his or her life, during our life, we just like take our life like happy or like unhappy, like successful or unsuccessful. It's just like
we consider our life.
Yes, consider. Yes, really.
Right. And I'm afraid that I have very sad statistics about good situation and happiness. Do you know that in Europe, 2 countries, for many years, only 2 countries take the first place in quantity of people who committed suicide? What do you think these countries are?
Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't get...
In Europe. Yes?
There are 2 countries.
Only 2 countries that for a long time has occupied the first place, первое место, in quantity of people. Quantity, это понятно?
Количество.
Yes. In quantity of people who committed suicide. What does it mean to commit suicide?
Самоубийство, да? Идут на самоубийство.
Yes, которые совершили самоубийство. There are 2 countries. You know, this year, this country, that year, that countries maybe another, but 2 countries are leaders in it. Can you guess what countries these are?
Only European, yes? Do you mean only
Yes, only European.
Oh, it's hard to answer. Probably Germany, maybe, and what else?
Mikhail, do you have any ideas about it?
About what?
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. You're busy, right? Lubachka, no, it's not Germany.
No, it's
Switzerland. Switzerland and Sweden. Why it's so strange that Switzerland and Sweden are the richest countries in the world? How can you explain it? I didn't invent it, it's just a fact.
Yes, it's really very strange. I would I would suppose probably the Greece, because they have like a Greece or Italy, but
why Italy?
I don't know. Oh, Italian are very hot-tempered persons. Probably that's why.
Italians, yes, that's right. So I just. It struck me very much, this fact, but I think it explains that good situation doesn't mean happiness for people. So the situation is very comfortable, but they are so bored in it that you see they just occupied first places in such a horrible statistics. And tell me please, are you a happy person?
Yes, I am. Yes, for sure.
And
I appreciate.
Have you always been a happy person, or do you remember some periods of your life that you felt unhappy?
Yes, there were such situations when I wasn't happy, but at the present time, I realize I feel me. I feel happy. It's without me. I feel happy.
But it's more the situation that has changed, or it's more your attitude. Отношения.
It's my attitude to life. I have I'm why I like appreciate me like a happy person. There are some reasons for this. Consider me.
Это ценить больше.
Consider. Okay. So I have something to eat every day. I have my nearest person whom I love. The main reason that I don't see a war. I don't see war.
Yes.
And what is happening nowadays in the world, I'm very scared about it. And
Sure.
I understand that I live in a very quiet, safety place, and it makes me really.
Been.
Sorry?
You said that the world isn't a safe place, and I added, and it never has been a safe place. Mm-hmm.
So, if I some days, if I feel me bad, or
No,
if I feel like bad or a little bit sad, I remember person. I remember people, for instance, disabled people, who are really unhappiest people in the world.
Yes.
They are like ограниченные, like limited, yes, limited in their wishes, in their abilities, so to say.
That's right. So, and it looks ungrateful when we remember their fate. It looks ungrateful to be unhappy if we have at least legs and arms. And you just remembered the war. And I wanted to ask you the question just from the other side. And what do you think? Can people be happy in the horrible situation? For example, during the war. Just try to imagine yourself. God save us. But try to imagine yourself. And in general, can people be happy in a horrible situation?
Yes, I suppose yes, they are happy in such situations when they stay alive. So for them, it's really the happiest moment, and they probably thank God for their.
Thank God.
Thank God for a chance for living,
yes.
So to say.
They really can appreciate what a treasure our life is, because we forget it when we are safe here. Mikhail, are you with us?
Partly.
Can you answer this question, or you prefer to wait?
I don't follow. Could you repeat the question?
I asked just from the contrary. If the situation is horrible, for example, war, can people, and try to imagine personally yourself, be happy in such a horrible situation?
I think yes, because now I see a lot of people which very good.
About people who, not which.
Who?
Которые нет, только кто.
Who's maybe adopt with the situation very well. The very bad situation around around them, yes, and maybe it's not happiness, but it's like maybe when they are with his family, with their family, for him it's happy.
But you see, adaptation, it's not really happiness, it's survival. Yes, but really happy, madly happy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible?
It's hard to say. I don't. I wasn't in this situation, and it's hard to imagine it.
Neither was I, but I read a lot of memories where people described their life, for example, during the war, but they were madly in love, and war was nothing in comparison with their feelings, and they felt happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had some warmth in their souls. So it's not really exactly depends on the situation. And what do you think? Does happiness depend on the age? Любочка.
On the age?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I don't think so. No, it doesn't depend.
Yes, I don't know, is it yes or no the answer to this question, but the British made very interesting statistics, just happiness depending on the age. And the results they have, that people the happiest at the age in Great Britain only, from 35 till 55. And before, so at age of 15 to 19, only 30% consider themselves happy. And at 65 and more, also only 20-30%. But at the age of 35, 55, it's 50% that consider themselves happy. Why do you think it's like this? Mikhail, what is your opinion?
I don't hear in which age people most happiness.
From 35 till 55.
35 from 55.
Yes.
Maybe it's connected with the children or something
Connected.
like that. Huh?
Connected.
Connected with the
Connected.
with his children, with their children. Theirs.
With children, with independence, with just flourishing, and with maybe with a state that they can do what they want. Because many teenagers are unhappy because they are dictated what to do by their parents, teachers, and others. And they even just described the average happiest man in Great Britain. How do you imagine him? You know, it's a very funny idea, an average. Do you know that we all heard about an average American? An average American does this, an average American does that. And some people also who were in statistics decided to find in America an average American. Do you think they managed to do it? No, there is no such person. Because you understand what I mean. Yes, an average American has 2 cars, 3 children, and lives there and there. So they look for this average, but couldn't find him. So how can you imagine the average happiest British? How old is he? Where does he live? Where does he work? What does he do in his free time? Right, as I already told, first of all, it's a man, not woman, but a man. And he's at the age of 40. Usually, what do you think? Is he married or not?
Yes.
Of course, he can't be happy without marriage. Yes, he's married and he has 2 children. Usually, one of the necessary things for the British to be happy, he has 2 pets, a dog and a cat. And he lives in the detached house. What does it mean, detached house?
I don't know.
I forgot.
Right. It means отдельный дом. Because I don't know in what situation you live, but I live in these horrible buildings with many stores. The British don't even call it flats. They call it block, last letter is K, block of flats. So not even they deserve the name of the house. So it's very important for the British to live in a detached house, and not in London, but somewhere outside, in the suburbs, but to work, to have really a good job in London. That is the average happiest person in Britain. So you see, I was also very astonished when I heard that happiness is connected somehow with the age. Yes, they could do such a statistics. And what do you think? Your climax of happiness, was it already behind, or you expect to be happier in the future? Любочка.
Oh. Sincerely, frankly speaking, I have had behind me some very the happiest moments in my life, but I hope and I'm sure that I will have a lot of such moments in the future.
Sure, yes. So what about you, Mikhail? Mikhail doesn't listen to us. Right.
I heard this.
Right, so tell us your opinion about it.
It's like I read the answer in the
answer. W не произносится. Answer.
Answered. It's like usual, the better moments in the future.
Yes. So maybe it's not very happy people that expect only in the future. And some people say that the happiest moment is always this moment. But later we understand it, that it's just this moment. Because life can change to different directions. And it's just not the first time that I'm talking about happiness. And very often people mention such item like money. For many people, money is a necessary component of happiness. You haven't mentioned it. So what do you think? Is it necessary for happiness or not? Любочка.
Yes, for sure. Money makes us more happier. So not money.
Только happier.
More happier. Yes.
Wonderful.
Right.
Money makes it, because money is only singular. Great.
But I mean not money in its real form. I mean some things that we could buy for money. For instance, if a person, if traveling makes a person happy, so and he doesn't have enough money, so that's why he is unhappy. Or for some sick people who are really have very serious diseases. So such people need money for curing themselves. Of course, we cannot buy health, but probably
But we
such
can buy
person,
doctors.
we can buy doctors, or such person can buy like hope for future, and
Yes.
this hope will help him to live further.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's why, yes, they make it makes us happier.
Mhm.
But if you have already mentioned Switzerland and Sweden, very rich countries, people are probably not
richest.
the richest. Yes, they are not so happy. But we need money every day, and if more we have, then more we need.
The more we have, the more we need.
The more we have, the more we need. Yes.
Yes.
That means it's nothing.
It seems to me that money is very strange item in this situation, because I have had different periods of my life. I was very poor, and I never have been very rich, but I was rather well off. And so I can say from my own experience that absence of money, when you don't have money at all, can make you really unhappy. But money can't make you happy. So you see, it's only one way.
Yes, really. Yes, you're right.
And I also saw many people that suffered of the fact because they can't buy another car, and were unhappy of it much more than other people who at last could buy something to eat, what they wanted for some. So it's a rather strange category.
Yeah, yes.
And once, when I was really ashamed, as you said, about when you think about disabled people, I was in a very bad mood. I don't remember why. And I felt myself miserable, and I felt myself unhappy. Of course, there were some reasons, but. And I walked in the street, and suddenly I saw near a dustbin. Dustbin, is it clear?
Мусорная корзина, нет? No?
Мусорник вообще.
Мгм.
Near the dustbin, a beggar. So, beggar,
Beggar. Who asked for money?
yes, нищий. And that, what we call бомж. So it was clear that this person has no place to live. He was in a very dirty clothes, and he was just searching for something in a dustbin. And then he found there a bottle of beer where there was a little bit of beer. His face became so happy. He started to drink it immediately and almost jumping from happiness. And he smiled, beamed with smiles. And I realized how ungrateful I am. If person can be happy in such a situation, so we simply must be happy in our situations. Do you agree or not?
Yes, I'm totally agree, but I'm very often thinking about really sick people, especially about children.
Yes.
I cannot realize what is the reason why they are so young. They have the whole life for ahead in front of them, but could they live it or not, it's the question. And it's very hard not only for these children, but how is it hard for their parents?
Yes.
It's a quarrel, yes, quarrel for them too.
Quarrel — это ссора. What do you mean?
Так, мучение.
Murder. It's a murder for them.
Murder for them.
Quite right. And it is a question, I think, that is impossible to answer even from the point of all the religions. Yes, if we suffer for our sins, we all, being grown up, have these or those sins. Why do small children suffer?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me that no religion answers it. They answer something like, we can't understand why God does it. Yes, we can't, but we are used to trying to understand everything, but sometimes it's really impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, please, can you describe, can you tell just among your friends and acquaintances, can you describe me the happiest man and the unhappiest?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Just remember, your friends, maybe you didn't thought about it, so just now.
No. I have thought about about surrounding me people, and
about people surrounding me.
About people surrounding me, and fortunately, I have a lot of acquaintances. Yes, acquaintances who are really like bright, happier person people, and probably even happier than me. And I really like their attitude to their life, to some difficult situations. They just trying to see the life only in positive way. So probably they are good psychologists. I don't know, or they are just it's their nature. So
yes.
And I have met also some people who are appreciate themselves like unhappiest, the unhappiest in the world, but I don't see the problem in their life. And so just they just crying every time, constantly. Yes. Can you repeat, please? How is it? Complain?
Жалуются.
Complain. Yes, really. And because of that, they are more unhappy, and they just they don't attract others people, and they don't attract other people. And they in their behavior, they don't attract the happiness as well, the success as well. So some psychologists write that like our universum listens to our thoughts and like realize what we complain, what we ask, what we say. So if
that's why we really attract what we expect.
Yes, really. That's what I wanted to say.
I even read, I know what you are talking about, I read about it, and what impressed me very much, that once I read that even to say that I've saved money for rainy day is very bad from the point of your psychology. You should save money for the happiest day, but not for rainy day. Because if you are expecting a rainy day, it's for sure comes one day.
I have heard about it also, and my aunt, she says also. So I save money for the happiest day, for the brightest. She says always so.
Says, yes.
Says.
And maybe another question. I don't remember the names now, but I think it doesn't matter. One writer said that a person is born for happiness in this world, like a bird was born for flight. And others said, and why do you think that you must be happy? Nobody promised you happiness. What do you think?
I believe that people are born happy, but during their life they decide themselves if they are happy or if they are not. Of course, there are some circumstances and that can make us unhappy. It doesn't depend on us. For instance, when we lost when we lose our relatives, so it doesn't depend on us.
Yes.
But
you can never change it. Any situation can be changed, but if you lost somebody, so they'll never come back. It's the most horrible in this situation.
But we should try to make our life brighter, to make something hilarious, and we should continue to live, because we have, so in a case when we lost someone, or we have other people who need us.
Yes.
Who needs us?
Нет, people need, не надо people, множество.
Okay. So
yes.
And we should live for them, for our future generation.
Yes.
Even so.
And what do you think, just if you just touch this topic about how we behave with other people, people who are very happy or people who are on the contrary unhappy are more attentive to other people?
For other, I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean? What exactly?
So, if we just take two categories of people, happy people and unhappy, who are more attentive to other people? Who is less egoistic? Who think more about their neighbor? Neighbor, я имею в виду не значение сосед, а ближний.
Interesting question.
I'm glad that you like it.
Probably, I would say that happy person, they are like, so they behave themselves well. Probably they respect others people because they are happy.
Other people. Others. Мы добавляем, то есть если дальше нету people.
Все ясно.
Вы можете сказать they respect others, либо вы можете сказать they respect other people.
Okay. So now it's clear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But at the same time, a happy person doesn't notice, probably doesn't notice others' problems.
Other problems. They say like with people.
No, I mean other people's problem. So,
yes.
Other people's
Тогда
problem.
the problems of others.
Of others. And what about unhappy person? Probably this one person is attentive to others when he's like jealous. For instance, a jealous person. He compares every time himself with others, and it only hurts him more. Like this. Yes. So he probably even notices others problems of other people, and he is like glad. He's glad to see this problem. It probably this makes him happier to know that he is not alone in his trouble, so to say. Probably in this way.
Yes, you just mentioned envy. I think envy. Jealous, it's also possible, but jealous, first of all, is ревность, а потом зависть. А envy — это в первую очередь зависть.
Okay.
And envy, it seems to me, and jealousy are the features of character that most of all prevent a person from being happy. Prevent. Yes. Do you agree?
Yes, I'm totally agree with you.
Because there are always people who are better, richer, more talented than we are. So if we start to envy, we never can be happy.
We like to bite, like people bite themselves. Yes. I don't know how is it. Грызут сами себя. Yes, something like this.
Grind. Нет, bite — это кусают, а тут именно грызть, то, что вы имеете в виду. Wait a moment. It's a long process, grinding, как точить, как вода камень или грызть. А bite — это можно один раз укусить и все.
Okay, хорошо, я
And I just wanted to ask your opinion. And maybe, I'm sorry if this question would be really difficult. It's a kind of philosophical question. And I'll tell you just at the very beginning that I don't know the answer to this question. So maybe you do. In many religions, in Orthodox religion, for example, they say that being unhappy is good for your soul, that a person must suffer to change for the better. And what do you think? The person who is suffering is more able to change himself or herself? Or on the contrary, a person who is happy and just smiles to the world? I know it's not an easy question.
It's not an easy. Probably I understand the first part. That every person should like suffer only thanks to
become better.
To become better. Probably not only to become. We can understand our happiness as a whole happiness only if we could compare. If we can compare it with
grief.
What? Grief?
Another word for unhappiness. Горе.
Yes, really. That's what I wanted to say. That is. only in this way. So if we are totally happy, what is the happiness now? How would we understand it? And what about second part? It's hard to say. Probably it depends on person's character, on person's features. If a person is strong enough to come over his suffering, not to break down, не сломаться inside himself. So probably in this case, so they can stay, they can become happy. But if a person is not mature enough, mature enough, it so this suffering just can leave him, not leave, привести его к
bring him
down. So to say, could I say so? Bring him down, and
I think the best way to say it is really break him down. It's
break
better,
him down. Yes, yes.
Yes, you're quite right. The British has a proverb: "What doesn't kill me makes me better and stronger." So, but we never know what can make us stronger and what can kill us.
Yes, really. It's true.
And another question, it's just not from ancient philosophy, but more from modern science. You know that now doctors found out that the level of happiness depends on certain elements in our biochemistry.
Yes, I have read about it a lot. Not a lot, but something I have read.
So they even say that if you feel very unhappy, you need to eat something that has these elements.
Like
and
chocolate, yes.
First of all, chocolate, yes. Do you agree with this theory? We are not scientists, we don't know for sure, but just your intuitive opinion.
Yes, when I'm, for instance, very nervous, I need to eat fruits. I don't know, but it makes me cheerful, more cheerful. So I need it. I need chocolate as well. Something sweetie, something delicious. Probably yes, there are some ingredients.
Yes, yes, but you see, and even sometimes people swallow tablets with some chemical elements just to change their biochemistry and to feel happier. But yes, of course, the level of happiness of the same person can be a little bit high, a little bit lower. But they say that, you know, as some people are always inclined to high blood pressure, others to low blood pressure. So the same we have in our body about happiness. Do you agree? Do you believe it that some people, they are born and they are naturally happier because they have a special biochemistry? That it depends, I mean, more on physical body than on our soul.
Very interesting. I don't know it exactly, but for instance, people, I don't know how is it to say more. более мягко сказать, ну, полные, да, пухленькие. Not fat, but well built.
Мягкое слово, особенно если о женщине, plump.
Plump, really. It seems to me that such a plump people, they are like kinder, so better. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems so. Mostly in
as a rule,
reality, as a rule,
there
yes,
are
as a rule.
Exceptions, but as a rule.
Yes, they are such persons. Probably, yes, it depends on our complexion.
Yes, maybe it depends. So what is the most important? Just to recapitulate, what is the most important? It's just physical things or emotional things to feel oneself happy. What do you think?
Emotional, of course, emotional. Our emotional state is the base of our attitude of our world. Мировоззрение.
Perception of the world.
Perception of the world, yes.
Perception.
Perception of the world.
Yes, I quite agree with you, and it seems to me that even our physical state depends in a big part from our emotional state. Maybe we remember today wars, maybe you see it's just a well-known fact that during the war people never caught cold. Do you understand what has been catch a cold?
Yes, I do.
So, nevertheless, they lived in a horrible conditions. They never caught cold because you see this emotional stress, emotional situation, it doesn't allow a person to have some illness, not very serious indeed. So they can die or they can be healthy. And just if we are done talking about serious situation, just in ordinary life, a person who is in love, just first period being in love, also very rare has some melodies. It's also statistics. So you see, our body is subordinate to our soul, and when we are happy, even illnesses can't touch us.
Yes, really. I haven't thought about it, but it seems to me it's true. Yes.
Yes. So I'm very glad to our discussion. It was very interesting for me, and it's a pity that we just talked only two of us, because it would be, I think, very interesting to listen to some other opinions. But I'm very glad that you had a possibility to talk rather long periods.
Yes, I'm also very, very happy, and I had a very nice evening in company with you, Tatiana. Thank you very much. Thank you a lot for interesting your interesting lessons. Your topics really so very varied, and during your lessons we discuss a lot of interesting things. So, interesting questions.
So, I think that you made me happy as well, that if you are interested, so I'm very glad and happy that it is so. Because it seems to me that the worst enemy of any education is boredom. Do you agree?
Boredom?
Yes.
Oh, what does it mean?
Скука.
Скука.
Yes.
Yes, I do. I'm totally agree.
So it means that you can't perceive anything, when you can't learn anything. But when you're in a good mood, you learn something even without noticing it.
And without, it's more pleasant to learn without pressure. So like at school, it was at school.
Yes, and you see these rules of teaching, they changed at different epochs. You see, for example, in Japan, it was necessary that children were sitting, not moving at all for a certain period. Even in Great Britain, in the 19th, still in the 19th century, can you imagine, at school, children had no right to put questions to the teacher. But now it's completely different. So to finish our lesson, I want to wish you be happy in all your life and always be happy and happier and happier. Thank you very much.
Lord. Thank you, Lord. I wish you also be healthy and your relatives and nearest persons were happy and healthy as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.